Hello, Momo Miyaguchi, Be Here in the Now segment. Now it's almost spring, isn't that amazing? So for this month's segment, I would like to share with you a practice for the shoulders. Now if you spend a lot of time in your car or on your computer, maybe you're not so used to lifting your arms above your head, and maybe those shoulders are quite stiff. So this practice today is for those stiff shoulders, to get a bit of movement in the scapula and the trapezius muscles and all that good stuff. Okay, so obviously please adapt this practice to how you feel, how your body is today. If you have any injuries or any doubts, please don't hesitate to contact me. And I could give you some alternatives. I'll also give you an alternative if you do not have a tree in your backyard. So just to start off, I want you to roll your shoulders backwards, the glamorous shoulders, I think I've said in a past episode. A few shoulder rolls behind you, and then we're going to roll the shoulders forward. I call that the primal or the primate shoulders, kind of like the arms getting longer like the arms of a chimpanzee. Yes, great. And then I'm going to lift my shoulders up towards my ears and just let my arms dangle and then release. Do that 1 or 2 times more. So lifting shoulders up towards the ears, no neck anymore. And then releasing the shoulders, letting them hang down again. And one more time, lifting the shoulders up and then letting them drop down slowly and giving yourself a bit of a shake. We might want to do a bit of a wake-up call for the neck as well. So here we go. We're going to exhale and turn the head to the side, coming to the center. And then I'm going to exhale and turn my head to the other side and coming to the center again on the inhale. And exhale, same thing on both sides. Inhale, coming to the center, and exhale one more time to the other side. Yes, wonderful. A little nod and a little no. A little nod, yes, no. And you can draw an infinity sign with your nose. Okay, wonderful. So I have chosen a hazelnut tree branch that is head height, so that I can have my hand on it and hang from it while having my feet on the ground. So if you haven't done any monkeying around for a while, maybe it's been a few years, then definitely choose a tree that is healthy and strong, and at head height or even lower. You can also do this practice with a lower branch too. So what I'm going to do is first of all have my 2 hands on the branch on either side. So I'm going to hang down, keeping my feet on the ground. So I'm squatting down and slowly letting the weight be taken by my arms and by the branch. And I'm just going to hang for a few breaths. Feet are still on the ground, and then I'm going to come back to standing and just see how you feel. Shake out your shoulders. You might also have sore hands or funny feelings in the hands because maybe your hands aren't used to hanging from a branch or a beam or something like that. So it might be all new. So I suggest you try 2 or 3 times. What you can also do is have your hands on either side of your face and grab the branch horizontal, like face to the branch. Or you can have like as if you're carrying a beam over your shoulder, and you can have one hand on either side of the branch and then just hang down. So that has different kind of pull on each arm in this second case, and coming back up. You can also do 1 arm hangs. So just grabbing the branch, squatting down, taking a bit of weight on the arm, letting it stretch out a bit, and then coming back up when you feel you're ready. So it doesn't have to be strenuous. You don't have to put yourself in danger. And if you do it on one arm, then always do it on the other side. And some people might have frozen shoulders or, very sore shoulders. So try it anyway if you think it might be interesting. Always be mindful, but also sometimes we think something might hurt or not be possible. And actually, sometimes some version of an exercise can be possible if we adapt it. Explore, and if none of this really speaks to you, you might just want to hang out with a favorite tree in the garden and put your back up to the bark. And before the leaves come in, before the birds start nesting, we can still see the sky through the branches. It's a wonderful sight. And so take advantage of these last winter, spring moments before the leaves burst forth onto the branches. Okay, so just to recap, it's called brachiation, fancy name for hanging around on a branch or a bar by your arms. So you can either doing face to the branch, hanging down with both your arms. You can keep your feet on the ground, or you can also take your feet off the ground. Always make sure to choose the right branch for this. You can also do it in the version carrying the beam, so you have one hand in front of the other and the branch is in the middle of the circle of your arms, and that has a different feeling. And I would change hands as well. Whichever hand was in front, I'd put it behind and then do it a second time hanging. Great. And for the adventurous people, you can also try one arm hangs. So I'm just keeping my feet on the ground and letting my shoulders stretch out. Make sure you do both sides. See how it feels. Shake your shoulders out afterwards, roll them a bit. You might want to do some spinal twists or some hula hooping with the hips and the shoulders. And then thank the tree. You might want to give your tree a hug or just lean into it and admire the sky. Today it's the first blue sky in ages, so that's the reason why I wanted to do this segment outside. So for alternative for the people that don't have a tree to hang from, you can use a door. Of course, it works if you are of average height, from about 5'2" or 155 centimeters. So brachiation, hanging from your arms, face to the door, grab the top of the door and just bend your knees a little bit and give your weight to your hands and the door. Okay, and just wait a few breaths and then come back. You can do it also with one arm. You can do one arm facing the door, so just one arm hanging down, or you can do one arm facing forwards. Okay, and then if you do one arm, do the other one. So either facing towards the door or facing forwards or to the side. Okay, and I would suggest just a few breaths hanging and then maybe 2 or 3 times repeating. Okay, I hope that helps. If you prefer watching the videos, they will be available on the Spotlight on Brittany Facebook page. Thank you, and until next time, bye-bye.